A man gets shipwrecked on a desert island with only a dog and a pig. After many weeks without the touch of a woman, the pig begins to look very attractive. One night, the deprived man begins to chance his luck with the pig. Over dinner, he tweaks its tail, plays footsie with its trotters, and cuddles in close. The dog, witnessing all this, becomes very jealous and begins to ferociously bite the man. He decides to forego his urges to another time. A few nights later, underneath a moonlit sky, the man looks at the pig, and again, it looks beautiful. He waits until the dog is asleep, then slowly he creeps over to his porcine partner. When he reaches the pig, the dog awakes. With growls and barks, the man knows he has to make a speedy exit. Again, he forgoes it. A few nights later, another ship maroons on the island with only one survivor. A beautiful blonde supermodel makes her way off the ship and onto the beach. The man is delighted to see her. After a brief conversation, she realizes this man's need for immediate relief. With a twinkle in her eye, she asks, "Is there anything I can do for you?" "Yeah," said the man excitedly. "You can hold down that dog." There is a dangerous virus going around. It is called work. If you receive work from your colleagues, your boss, or anyone else, via email or any other means, do not touch it. This virus wipes out your private life completely. If you should come into contact with work, put on your jacket, take two good friends, and go straight to the nearest pub. Order the antidote known as beer. Take the antidote repeatedly until work has been completely eliminated from your system. Forward this warning immediately to at least 5 friends. Should you realize that you do not have 5 friends, this means that you are already infected and that work already controls your life. Remember, this virus is deadly. Little Johnny and his dad went upstairs one day to hang a picture frame while his mother made lunch. About 20 minutes after they went upstairs, Johnny came downstairs crying. "What's wrong?" His mother said. "Daddy slipped and hit his thumb with the hammer," said Johnny. "Well," Johnny's mother started, "that's nothing to cry about. Daddy will be all right. It's actually kind of funny. I don't know why you didn't laugh when it happened." "I did," Johnny said. "I did. My boss has always believed I'm not the sharpest employee in the office. Personally, I think he simply doesn't appreciate creative problem solving. Yesterday, he handed me some money and said the following: "Go to the supermarket and buy exactly 2 kilograms of sugar." Easy enough. When I arrived, I searched every shelf, checked every brand, and even asked an employee for help. Unfortunately, all the sugar came in 1-kilogram bags. There wasn't a single 2-kilogram bag anywhere. So naturally, I returned to the office empty-handed. My boss stared at me. "Where's the sugar?" "They didn't have 2-kilogram bags," I explained. His face turned bright red. "You idiot! You should have used your brain and bought 2 1-kilogram bags. 2 bags make 2 kilograms. I kept quiet, but I learned an important lesson. Always use your brain. The next morning, my boss called me into his office again. "Go downtown and buy me a pair of size 6 shoes." This time, I was determined to impress him. At the shoe store, I searched everywhere, but they had no size 6 shoes. The only size available in the style he wanted was size 3. For a moment, I nearly gave up. Then I remembered his advice from the previous day. Use your brain. Suddenly, the solution became obvious. I proudly bought 2 pairs of size 3 shoes, because 2 size 3s make a size 6. When I returned and explained my brilliant reasoning, my boss stared at me silently for nearly a minute. Then he told me to wait outside the office. Through the glass door, I could see him writing something very seriously. I think it's a promotion letter. Who knows? One evening, I struck up a conversation with a beautiful woman at a bar. Trying my luck, I smiled and asked, "Can I buy you a drink?" She gave me a suspicious look. "Do you have a girlfriend?" "Guys like you always have a girlfriend." I sighed dramatically. "Not anymore. We broke up a little over a month ago." Her expression softened. "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." Then she smiled. "In that case, I'll have a glass of white wine." 1 drink turned into 2. 2 turned into several. Before long, They were laughing and flirting and eventually ended up back at her place. Later, as I was getting dressed to leave, she looked at me curiously and said, "You're handsome and charming, and you've been a perfect gentleman." She tilted her head and asked, "So, why on earth did your girlfriend break up with you?" I smiled and replied, "She didn't." Then I added, "My wife found out." There was a blonde who was sick of all the blonde jokes. One day, she decided to get a makeover, so she cut and dyed her hair. She went driving down a country road and came across a herd of sheep. She stopped and called the sheep herder over. "Tell you what, I have a proposition for you," said the woman. "If I can guess the exact number of sheep in your flock, can I take one home?" "Sure," said the sheep herder. So, she sat up and looked at the herd for a second and then replied, 382. "Wow," said the herder. "That is exactly right. Go ahead and pick out the sheep you want to take home." So the woman went and picked one out and put it in her car. Then the herder said, "Okay, now I have a proposition for you." "What is it?" queried the woman. "If I can guess the real color of your hair, can I have my dog back?" Boudreaux stopped at a local restaurant following a day roaming around in Mexico City. While sipping his tequila, he noticed a sizzling, scrumptious-looking platter being served at the next table. Not only did it look good, the smell was wonderful. "What is it you just served?" he asked the waiter. "Ah, senor, you have excellent taste," the waiter replied. "Those are called cojones de toro, bull's testicles, from the bullfight this morning. A delicacy." "What the heck, bring me an order." "I am so sorry, senor," the waiter replied. "There is only one serving per day because there is only one bullfight each morning. If you come early and place your order, we will be sure to save you this delicacy." The next morning, Boudreaux returned, placed his order, and that evening was served the one and only special delicacy of the day. After a few bites, inspecting his platter, he called to the waiter, "These are delicious, but they are much smaller than the ones I saw you serve yesterday." The waiter shrugged his shoulders. "Si, senor. Sometimes the bull wins." A husband comes home to his wife after being fired from the pickle factory. His wife asks him, "So what happened?" The husband explains, "I often get bored at work, and today my mind was wandering, and I thought to myself, what would happen if I stuck my penis inside the pickle slicer?" The wife is clearly blindsided by this confession and doesn't know what to say next. Eventually, she says to him, "That was an incredibly stupid and unsafe thing to do, but at least you're all in one piece." The husband appreciates his wife's response and says, "I suppose you're right." To lighten the mood, the wife asks cheerfully, "So what happened to the pickle slicer?" The husband takes a moment and says, "Oh, she was fired too."